What is up, everybody? This is iBreak Cards, and welcome back to another episode of Cardboard Talks. Apparently last week it was Cardboard Connects, but this week, as per usual, it is Cardboard Talks. This is episode number 10, and this week we are going to be looking at pack searchers due to a very popular video that came out in the community. But before we do that, we're going to bounce back to episode 7 of Cardboard Talks, where we talked about the, air quotes here, world's rarest baseball card. Now, I saw on Twitter earlier in the week that the person who owned and sold that baseball card is actually taking donations on their website to recoup their losses. Now, this card was purchased, and there are screenshots shown on other websites, other forums, that this card was at one time purchased for around $400, and we can only assume that that is a good baseline estimate value for this card. Get it graded, maybe you're looking at about $450 spent. Card sold for almost $2,000, so I'm not sure what losses you're talking about, but he is taking donations to recoup losses on the, air quotes, again, biggest sarcasm I can put out there, world's rarest baseball card. Had to throw that out there to you guys, had to update you on that a little bit because I think it's just dumb and ridiculous, and that is of course my opinion, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. I've not seen a lot of positive comments about this guy, his website, his card selling tactics, his eBay, or anything like that. But this week we are getting into pack searchers. Again, this is episode 10. We are into the double digits. I appreciate you guys as always for listening, and let's get started. This week, Chris Hellerman, aka @Shady7475, shared a video of an encounter he had with a pack searcher at a local Walmart. Now, most of the time when I see this kind of thing going down, I'm not very confrontational. I will kind of look at the person, I'll make eye contact a little bit, ask them how they're doing, what's going on, things like that. And otherwise, I just walk away because I know that's not a place I want to be in packs I want to buy. As always, we buy packs in hopes to pull autos, memorabilias, one-of-ones, and things like that. But many consumer stores, specifically retails like Walmart and Target, do not generally care that people do this. I do plan to do a future episode in everything that retailers get wrong, because there's a lot of things that retailers just plain and simple, they don't do right in the baseball card genre of their store. Do they care? Probably not. Cards probably don't even make up 1% of their revenue in a year, let alone a month. Thus, we see no care actually given to these areas. Now, back to the video. In this video, he basically, again, shared a video of a Walmart pack searcher that's been viewed over 50,000 times. Now, I'm not using the clip in this video because I did not ask for permission to use the clip, and I feel bad enough already kind of shouting out his Twitter username, but that's what it is. Now, in this video, the person searching these packs, and if you guys don't know what pack searching is, you're looking for rare cards, autos, jerseys, etc. in packs sold typically inside Walmarts and not inside your local LCS, because you will get kicked out or be asked to leave if you do that. Now, he was pack searching at Walmart, and the person behind the camera, of course, says, you shouldn't be doing that, like trying to get the guy to stop, trying to say, hey, you shouldn't do this. There are kids out here who buy these packs, because a lot of places don't have LCSs. You've got kids and adults both going to these stores, buying these packs basically to enjoy their collection. Now, pack searching does damage the cards because a lot of people bend them, or a lot of people open the corners of the packs and corners get damaged and things like that. Now, in this video, there were two Walmart employees who were basically, at the end of the day, trying to get the person recording this, which I can only assume was Chris Hellerman, to leave the Walmart store. Now, while I would not go to these lengths myself because I'm not a big confrontational guy, I'm not trying to make things worse or better through confrontation. I'm just kind of one of those, I brush it off, they shouldn't be doing that, and I leave. Some could say that's not going to change anything, and you're probably right. But I'm not trying to make matters any worse than they are. But he was asked to leave over and over again by these Walmart employees, even though what he's doing should not be done in our hobby. Now, of course, again, Walmart doesn't really care about this because the person buying the packs is spending money at their store, and therefore They're making a profit, they're making money, so they're totally okay with this. And so all this stuff is just thrown out on shelves, all disorganized. No one really gives really any care to the cards being damaged or anything like that. People may very well be able to open those packs that are on the shelf and walk back to the store and say, I opened these and these are all damaged, and who knows if they'd even be able to get a refund. So those who pack search, again, I'll go through these three things they do. They can rip the corners of the packs to see if there's that shiny, glossy tint, numbering, or anything like that, because numbering is typically in the same area. They can bend the packs, which again damages, increases the cards, much like ripping the corners does. Or they can open boxes and reseal them. And when people open boxes, they take packs and they can put weight in there. They can put old cards that aren't worth anything from the 80s and 90s in there. Or they can just take the hit out and toss the rest of the box, basically. And people have been known to do this. I've seen people on Twitter open boxes from Walmart and Target and who knows where else retail-wise. And they open it and there's just junk wax in there, or there's nothing and the box is empty, or things like that. And that's just really disappointing to see that in our retail stores. But at the end of the day, pack searching, while it's technically not against any laws or any store rules or anything like that, it should be, in my opinion. I thought about reaching out to my local Walmart, my local Target, but honestly, I always get the same answer when I try to talk to a store representative or a manager about cards and packs, and they always say somebody else comes in and supplies it. We don't know when anything comes in, and it's not really our responsibility, which is true. A lot of stores get their stuff from outside sources. They don't get it shipped to them from Tops or anything like that. That's just not how it works in present day when there are retail store people. So if you see somebody stocking shelves, they are not a Walmart employee. They work for another company. And so that's just kind of unfortunate that they don't get stuff straight from the source enough to probably just care, I guess, because it doesn't seem like there is that care in there. But I have been approached at Walmarts before for looking like I was pack searching, when in reality, I was just very indecisive because there were so many new releases and I had saved up my allowance for weeks as a kid and I just couldn't decide what to get. And I was approached by a Walmart employee asking why I had been in the aisle for so long, why I was picking up packs and putting them back. And it was just because I was really indecisive. And I still am sometimes when I go to retail places and do retail rips, because that's the honest truth. Now, I will also admit that when I was a kid, I think on one trip to like a local Walmart, I saw some cheaper packs. They were like marked down. They were old. No one was really buying them. They'd been there for weeks. And I decided to try to see what was inside of them, of course, by bending them just a little bit, not enough to damage. And found some to buy and take home. I was a kid. I was like probably 12 or 13 at the time, saving up weeks worth of allowances just to get a few packs a week, one or two, honestly, or a month for a blaster. And when I got home and I opened them, there were only dummies inside. There was nothing in there but those blank white cards that they put in to trick people who try to pack search. And I think that is awesome, and that's just the way that pack searching used to be. You'd bend the packs, but now it's evolved into returning, which I don't think retailers should accept returns on sports cards, and also peeling the corners or breaking the corners of the packs of cards. But I learned my lesson the hard way. I could have easily gotten better cards if I would have bought more current stuff, gotten a better class, but instead I decided to try to cheat the system, and it didn't work. So I'm guilty of this as well, but immediately after that week, I was done. I never wanted to do that again, and that is the honest truth. But that is it for this week, guys. If you think of pack searching, I wouldn't. I also wouldn't buy the packs on eBay. I almost said YouTube, like I've done on my channel before, because a lot of those are actually just, they save the packs and they are resealed with worse cards inside than you probably would have gotten. But that is it for this week's episode, guys. Again, if you catch a pack searcher out in the wild, me personally, I'm not the one that would take a video or take pictures and post them to Twitter or anything like that typically, nor am I somebody who would try to confront them about what they're doing. I'd honestly just walk up and over there and talk to them and be like, hey, how you doing? What you doing? And see if they were going to be honest with me about it. And if they were, I'd try to have a conversation with them about it on why it's not the right thing to do. Bring a little humanity into the conversation and not so much I'm here to destroy you kind of vibe. But that is it for this week. That is it for episode 10. As always, I appreciate you guys. Feel free to comment down in the comment section. Of course, this is an opinionated little podcast type thing, so your opinion is valued, and of course, your own and validated, and no one's ever going to have the same opinion. Yes, I will admit that I've pack searched, but now I'm completely against it, as we all know now. And if you've ever done it, and you feel comfortable coming forward and saying, hey, I've done it too, you are totally in a safe environment with me, and I will understand where you're coming from. Or if you're just completely against it and you don't like it, that's fine too. And if you think there are rules that should be in place, feel free to comment down below, and I'll try to shout you out in a future video if I have not had the same idea or if we shared the same opinion. But that is it for this week, guys. Thank you, of course, so much for watching. Like, subscribe. You all know what to do by now. I appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you all later.